Hi everyone, it's MJ the Fellow Actuary, and in this video I want to talk about the rare token that has just been released on SuperRare. So you can go to the website and you can see exactly what it does. Essentially, it's a curation token, which means that the community gets to decide what art is featured on the SuperRare platform. So essentially, the more of this token you have, the more you can determine what art is featured. And therefore, if you're an artist, it's a great way to get your work to more of a bigger audience. And if you're a collector, it's going to also help you to resell your pieces. So the nice thing about that is that we have a token here that has a purpose. I mean, there's quite a lot of crypto projects where you're like, what on earth is the purpose of this thing? So what we see is that 15% of the rare coin has been dropped to the artists. And as an artist myself on SuperRare, I did receive a significant holding, which is why it's something that I want to look into. It's something I want to think about because, yeah, it is quite a chunk. So what we saw is on Twitter, everyone is talking about this rare token, and you guys can follow me. You can see it right at the bottom. There's my name. It's Bayman 1991. So even though my name is Michael Jordan, my middle name's Bayman, just so that you don't confuse me with the basketball player. And there's this guy here called Beanie, and I think he kind of sums it up where he says the SuperRare token is the gold standard NFT blue chips. So funds are going to go ape into this, and he believes it's going to go to plus $5. Okay. How this is, and I guess this is the thing that everybody wants to maybe talk about, is what should the value of this token be? So we've got someone talking about a potential $5, and we see over here like a whole bunch of people talking about other amounts. Yesterday, I mean, here we can go on. We can see it's currently dropping, okay? And that's something to be expected with a very new coin. I mean, look at this 24-hour range. At one stage, it was up to $2, and it's now coming very close to its bottom range over here. I'm actually hoping for the coin to go down because then I'm going to be buying some more. So I'm actively trading this token. So of course, everything I'm saying is incredibly biased. So long term, I want this coin to go up. So just factor that in when you hear what I'm about to say. But in the short term, I'm hoping that it does come a little bit down so that I can buy. I was selling some at the 97 cents mark. So I think I sold like 10,000 coins. So I would be really happy for this to drop down to 0.8, can buy back. And we can see that we do have this volatility. Now, for those of you who've been watching my time series videos, we know that when we look at generalized autoregressive models, we see that high periods of volatility are followed by high periods of volatility. So we are seeing excessive volatility, and this is something that we could maybe expect going forward. What makes it an interesting token is that it's not yet on the exchanges. So you have to use Uniswap and all these other little ones, which is a little bit more difficult to use. Not everybody's comfortable with these decentralized exchanges. So once this thing gets listed on a proper exchange, we would see a significant more trading, and generally that means that the price, it puts positive pressure on the price. Of course, I want to be very careful about saying anything with certainty. I mean, at the end of the day, all of this stuff is uncertain. From an actuarial point of view, we just try and see, if all possible futures are uncertain, we want to see which futures have got the highest likelihood of occurring, and make our decisions based on those analysis. So talking about analysis, I mean, you can come here, you can look at circulating supply, and I think that's important because I have seen some people look at the Rarible token. So maybe let me bring up Rarible. Is people were saying, oh, Rarible's token is at $20, SuperRare, it's gonna exceed that. The thing is, with Rarible, there's a much lower supply. So what you want to rather do is look at market cap. So let's go to coin market cap. And this is a nice way to gauge where this price should kind of be. Now, you look at all of these projects. I mean, Bitcoin, that's the big one. Ethereum's big. Cardano is pumping at the moment. I mean, Dogecoin is also, a market cap of 38 billion for good old Doge. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. But what you want to do is, if you come all the way towards the bottom, okay, all the way towards the bottom, I think it's fair to say that SuperRare will be in the top 100. So right at 100th place, we have something that's got a market cap of 795 million. Now, because there's going to be in total 1 billion super rare tokens, we could look at this as a floor of about 79 cents. So for me, what I'm going to do is, I mean, if this goes, even if it dips into the 80s, I'm going to be purchasing it. But anything under 79 cents, and then it's very, very much a bargain. So I'm using relative pricing because it's crypto. You can't use your traditional equity models. You can't use discounted cash flow models because that's for traditional finance. This is a completely different game. So we don't have sophisticated methods at the moment. So we have to use ones that are fairly simple, and one is like I say, relativity. So you'd kind of say to yourself, where should SuperRare be? Like, I mean, if SuperRare was to be a top 50 project, which it is plausible. It is plausible. I mean, it's the blue chip of NFTs. We could see SuperRare over here. And if it was to become a top 50 project, we see that it would then have a dollar price of $2.40. And that's why it's not strange that we saw it jump up to $2.13. And it's difficult to determine, okay, is that when I sell and, hold the coins, then buy back? Trading is difficult because you don't really know how much, where the swings are going to be going. So trading is, it's a risky thing in its own, but that's why we did see a price of $2. The market now is thinking, maybe it should come back. But this is also something we need to factor in, is if we had to look at just the market of the SuperRare token, it's very inefficient because we don't have the exchanges, which means it's very difficult for us to, get that proper price. So, and also if we look at the market participants, what happened with SuperRare is they dropped a lot of tokens to a whole bunch of artists, such as myself. So what we're seeing is a lot of these artists, I mean, I don't want to be generalizing here, but I mean, check out this guy. This guy got 349,000 tokens. I mean, that's a significant amount of money. Now, when this guy also got 322. What sometimes happens is, I think a lot of these artists will take some short-term profit. So artists are dropping their token because, hey, it's a beautiful payday. This is a massive amount of money that they're getting straight away. And you can see that they're getting, they're taking that short-term profit taking. What I think is going to happen is we do have collectors, which may be a more of a long-term mindset, and they're going to be purchasing. But SuperRare also gave a token drop to them as well. So the people who are most likely to want to buy these tokens already have them, and we also then have another large group of people who are taking a bit of short-term. I mean, even myself, I sold like a whole chunk of tokens just to kind of see, was this thing real? I mean, okay, I guess this is on the blockchain, so you guys can go into my SuperRare, look at my wallet address, and you can actually see all my funds. So I guess there's no point in me hiding it. But yeah, you can see. So I sold around, I mean, I had some ether from some art sales, but I sold about five ETHs worth of the token. And I mean, if we look over here, we can see that I've got 150,000 still. So I started with 175, sold 25,000. Like I said, I'm keeping it in ether. As the price continues to drop, I want to buy back more. If it's going to go up, I can use the whole little trading. I mean, you could even go to Uniswap and set up a bit of a liquidity pool, which I haven't done before. I mean, and I've heard it's profitable. Maybe this is a little bit beyond my my risk appetite. But I mean, if you do buy, because there isn't that much liquidity in this game, so you could come up here, you could set up a liquidity pool, create a new position with Ethereum, and where's the SuperRare token? Is it rare or super rare? Oh, there we just go. I think they called it there as well. So you could come in, you could bring it in, and we could set up the maximum on the Ethereum, which would be 16,000 tokens. We can adjust our little thing here, and we could put it into the pool. Maybe that's a little bit too sophisticated for me, but these are some of the things that you can do with the coin. So if you're an artist, maybe instead of selling all of the tokens, you could sell half of them, put half in ETH, and then you could actually make money in this liquidity pool. Of course, I don't want to get too much into the risks and stuff like that, but it is something that I'm just a little bit uncomfortable to do myself. I think because I don't fully understand the whole protocol, and I don't like investing in things that I don't understand. So I don't really know the technology behind it. So it is something I should maybe be learning in the future. But anyway, coming back to that tweet about could it go to $5? If SuperRare was to go to $5, then it should be in, say, the top 25. Well, top 25 projects, it'll be at $6. I mean, there's only two others that are kind of in the $5 over here. Could we see that? Possibly, but that's also another thing that we just need to realize is that this is a curation token. It's not necessarily an ownership token. So again, it's so difficult to try and value what this is going to be. Another thing that we need to take into account, it's the complete like Bitcoin and crypto market. I mean, it's kind of like a rising tide. When Bitcoin and all of them go up, they kind of bring all these other things up. And then when that goes down, the others also come down. There is sometimes a bit of a lag. Sometimes you'll get periods of, negative correlation. But generally, when crypto goes up, everything goes up. And then when crypto goes down, everything kind of goes down. Like I say, there is a little bit of lags. I remember when I was trading Litecoin back in the day. Where's good old Litecoin over there? I would see that there was a little bit of a lag in that kind of sense. So like I say, it's very, very difficult to try and determine what this value is. I think that, it's very early days, and what we've seen from past crypto projects is in the beginning we get maybe a quick little hype spike. So if we go to SuperRare here, look, you can see the prices jumping around right while we're talking. We kind of had a little bit of a hype spike yesterday, and I think we're going to see some more spikes. We could see a crash, we could see a jump, anything could possibly happen. So it's a fun coin to keep an eye on, to look at, to actively trade. And then I think when this goes onto an exchange, interesting things are going to happen. Another thing that I thought was fascinating was, if you come in and you just type in the SuperRare drop, or you just type it in like on the news, it's interesting to see kind of what are the stories that are happening. And the fact that the NASDAQ website, like, I don't know if this is like the official NASDAQ or someone's just got a blog called NASDAQ. No, I think NASDAQ is it's the big stock exchange in America, is writing articles about this. Kudos to whoever's art pieces on that cover. That's really cool to have a feature on such a big, prominent website. So this is something that, traditional finance has taken notice of. And this curation token, it's a nice way for people to, I don't want to use the word invest because it's got so many different connotations. And in crypto, we are looking at slightly different things. So I don't know, you can see it's a tricky one to try and discover. I've got a significant amount of these tokens. So part of me says, wants me to sell. You can imagine I sell a whole chunk of that, especially in South Africa with South African rands. You could buy yourself something pretty. With that amount of money, I could go out, I could buy myself something cool. I have no idea what to do with it. So at the moment, it's just staying in here. I'm hoping that the coin's going to go up. What I might use it for, and this is, I guess, why I maybe also took out a little bit of ETH, is because I am starting my own little crypto project. If we had to come to Rarible and we had to come to my items, one of the things that I'm busy doing, please, this is the joys of living in South Africa. Look how slow our internet is. I think I've got so many tabs open that this poor internet is going to suffer here. But let me maybe just type in treasure hunt. Oh no, wait, as we did it, it came out. So as you can see, this is a thing that I've kind of created. So I've got my art on SuperRare. You can come to my profile and I'll just maybe show you guys some of my pretty pictures. This one, well, that's busy loading. So this one is currently at 0.4 ETH, stained, and it's kind of using these colors that I've also used for my little project. It's a little crypto treasure hunt where what you can do is all of these characters are kind of linked to something to do with actuarial science. And the idea is that you come here, when you purchase this, you can get the unlockable content, which you can then sign, and then that gives you a riddle, and then there's this whole puzzle and everything that you can do with it. In fact, should I show you guys quickly the Medium article I wrote to it? You can see I'm getting completely distracted. We started with SuperRare. I'd have to sign in again. Okay, I'll just share the link. It's quite a nice thing that, oh wait, it's on my Twitter. It's on my Twitter. Did you say on my Twitter? I'm very new to this whole tweet game. But here we go. So if we come to my Medium article, while that's loading, like I say, these are these characters that you can purchase. They've all got a reference to actuarial science. And I kind of talk about how they're a bunch of puzzle pieces. So you can see that each NFT on its own is an image, but when you start rearranging them, you kind of see that certain patterns will emerge until the internet dies. But yeah, this Medium article kind of explains everything. You guys saw I made a whole bunch of YouTube videos explaining the stories behind, like, what does Benjamin Franklin have to do with actuarial science? Watch the video and you'll find out. I mean, Edmund Halley and Isaac Newton also had a role in actuarial science. My latest one was with Elon Musk. And then I kind of talk a little bit about it and all that kind of stuff. What you can also do, because I know gas fees are quite high, specifically, gosh, look at my pronunciation falling here. Like especially with something like with 0.02 ETH, the gas fees can be quite high. So what I've done on OpenSeas is I've made bundles. So you can have this one bundle that's got 18 of them for 0.25. So that's a nice starter bundle. And then I've got these other ones where you get 5 in the bundle. So it's one gas transaction, 0.05. It makes it a lot cheaper. And then what you can do is you can reveal the riddle, get the clue, and then you can resell it. And I think also for my actuarial students, if you guys purchase any of these bundles, send me a message and also let me know which of my Udemy courses you want access to, and I'll give you free access to the people who buy these bundles. So you kind of can get some of my free educational videos as well as getting in nice and early for my own little crypto project that I'm starting. But like I said, we're getting a little bit off topic, so let's maybe wrap up this business, have one kind of look at the Rareable price. Like I say, it's an interesting token to watch. I'm not giving any financial advice whether you should buy it or sell it. I just thought, let me share that I'm actively going to be trading it. It's weird. You want it to go down so that you can buy more, but I do have a significant holding, so I won't be too bleak if it continues to climb. But yeah, like I say, Uniswap is an interesting way to get it. And then when this kind of starts going on, I don't know what these other exchanges are, what Hotbit is. We might see it popping up on other exchanges, and I think that's going to do wonders for the liquidity, and that tends to improve the prices. But I'm very cautious to give anything, because for all I know, by the time I've published this video, this thing might have halved. That's the crazy thing of crypto. But I thought, let me just give you guys a quick little update, what's happening in the crypto world, what my thoughts are around the SuperRare token, and all in all, don't forget to check out my bundles and to follow me on Twitter. Thanks so much, and I'll see you all soon. Cheers.